Hey, so I'm out here just about to start my light trapping for the Caddisfly Collective Citizen Science Project. It's a project based out of University of Toronto, where they're looking at how urbanization affects caddisflies, which are these little bugs related to caterpillars. They have a larval stage in the water, and they're really great indicators of water quality, so it's really important we gain a better understanding of them and how human settlement and development impacts their habitats and them themselves. So I guess to get started, I'll just let you guys see what comes in the collecting kit that they sent me. All right, so let's see here. All right, so let's see. Instructions, basically just telling you what's in the box, how to collect your bugs. The gist of it is you set up this light trap, which is a rod with LEDs that'll attract the dispersing adults. So they're looking for spots to lay eggs, and they like to nest in, or lay eggs in water, obviously. So we're gonna try to kind of trick them into landing in our trap so we can collect them and quantify and identify them. And the way we do that is they fly to the light, and then there's this sticky fluid inside of this tub that they'll get stuck in, and then we'll be able to ship them off to our folks at the University of Toronto. There we go. Okay, so first thing, kind of got to make this yourself. It says a makeshift funnel, so I just sacrificed a really important prized possession of mine, like a milk tub. But let's see what's in here. So we have a label and a pencil for writing information on the label. It's really important because I'm sure they're going to be getting a lot of different samples from all over the place, and it would be kind of pointless to not know where they're from, right? And then we have a power bank to power the lights, a cable to hook it up, and then we have the light bar itself. You see, it's just a bunch of LEDs on a PVC pipe. It's pretty simple. And then we have our preservative, which we'll stick in the bottom of the trap. And then a second bottle, so I've volunteered to do 2 sites. And then pre-page packaging to ship it back, and the tub that we'll use for the trap. Okay, let's get this bad boy set up. All right, so like I was saying, one of the goals of the project is to compare caddisfly communities in natural and urban settings. So this is more of a natural setting. As you can see, there's actually still some more natural shrub type habitat, which is more typical of what you'd see here in South Texas. Of course, we are immediately next to a highway, but Texas being Texas, it's pretty impossible to find easily accessible natural features that are actually pretty nice. Most of that's been channelized or destroyed by development or claimed as private property, so kind of taking what I can get. Never been out here before, just kind of checked it out on Google Maps. On Street View, looked like a pretty good place relative to the rest of Corpus, so we'll see how my opinion changes once I actually get to see the stream. But it looked promising from 40,000 feet in the air, I guess. All right. Doesn't look too bad so far. It's pretty overgrown, which actually kind of good. I think I see a turtle. Could be a dead body, I guess. On Corpus Christi. All right, this is about as far as I'm going. And boy, do I need some bug spray. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer to the action. This actually looks really ideal, other than the super spooky murder cave. Okay. All right. All the trash, Texas wildflowers. Actually, I see some old crayfish skeleton, exoskeleton. This isn't too bad for under an overpass. A lot of creepy noises coming from the cave, though. I'm not too fond of that, but if I die, I die. So there's the, can't really see myself. Here's the light trap all fired up. Looks pretty good. Lucky that they shipped this charged, so I totally forgot. So props to them. I'll save the rest of the battery for when the sun sets, which should be about 20 minutes from now. So I have lots of time to be bait for these gigantic, just huge mosquitoes. Monstrous. Jeez. Some more of this. All right, so got the light set up on the tub properly now. It says the light strip is supposed to be perpendicular to the channel, so we're good here. So then the last thing I really need to do to prepare for the actual trapping is to pour the preservative in the tray, just in this nice bottle, pre-labeled number. This is where the critters will go back once I collect them. Just dump the whole thing in there, and then it's just a waiting game. All right. There's all kinds of critters in this water. You can tell by the little ripples forming on the surface of the water. Other little bugs. Maybe fish. Did hear a kingfisher a couple of seconds ago, probably a little further down the channel down there. Really narrows out. Flows towards the bay. Oso Bay. I'm actually kind of pleased with this site. I had a couple different ones in mind. Really went back and forth on it. I was one of those kids that who gave me a sticker. Never wanted to put it anywhere because I just wanted it to be in that perfect spot, you know? And that's kind of how I was with this. I only had these 2 bottles of the preservative, so it was pretty tough to decide where I was going to set up at. But you know, this isn't too bad. It's pretty close to home. It's actually substantially nicer than what I thought it was going to look like, given the rest of the streams I've seen in South Texas. Pretty standard amount of trash. Just a lot of trash down here. But that's to be expected when you're next to a major highway and a pretty major road too. So, take what we can get. So I'm just trying to look around and see if I see any critters I know. And actually, if I can find them right here. You got a water scorpion. Really, really cool one. It's a Coricta, I think, is the genus. See him, he's real still. Very handsome. Kind of a sit and wait predator. They're just gonna chill there until someone that looks tasty comes along and swims in front of them, and then they'll lash out with those big strong arms and inject them full of digesting enzymes and eat them. And we got another friend, some long-jawed orb weaver, Tetraagnatha, really common around here. Pretty much any body of water is gonna have a ton of these. Walk into their webs almost professionally for work. But I think they're pretty handsome. Freak some people out, but I like them. And you know, now that I actually look at it, that's not one water scorpion. There's two in there. We've got a mating pair of Coricta. That's exciting. You can kind of see, I don't want to disturb them by poking them, but you can see those are two respiratory siphons that stick out of their butts. So there's two of them there. So that confirms there's two of them. And if you look real close, you can kind of see two heads. Right, one head here, one head here. Kind of at the base where those arms are sticking out. Really cool, extremely neat. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but things are starting to heat up here as the sun starts to set. It was a balmy 93 today, so stuff usually doesn't like to be very active in the middle of the day, but dawn and dusk really picks up. Probably can't hear the giant cicada, but it's that high-pitched whistling. It's kind of new to me being in Texas. I don't think we have those in Michigan, where I'm from, unless they're just a lot quieter. Yeah, there's lots of dragonflies around. Saw a raccoon coming in through here. Big guy, huge guy. Probably coming to scrounge for some crayfish and fish and whatever he can kind of scrounge up. I don't know if I showed it earlier, but there's a little crayfish action for you. A little shell of one. Rest in peace. Feeding someone. Mosquitoes are starting to pick up too. They're super bad. And naturally my, I don't know if the aerosol leaked out of it or something, but the can doesn't spray anymore. Which is a critical part of can of bug spray working. So hopefully they don't get much worse than they are now. I've got a mosquito net in my hat, but really hate using it. Makes everything kind of a hassle. Shouldn't be long now. All right, it's 8:30 now, which is officially sunset. I'm gonna have to start doing it now because I'm getting eaten alive. I don't really want to be here for the rest of my life. So let's get this bad boy rolling. See if we get anything good. All right. Time for the magic to happen, I guess. All right, let's see if we've got any friends so far. It's only been about 15 minutes, so not very hopeful. Haven't seen anything really large hop in here. Do see some flies, but it's not really like in the focus. Yeah, whatever, I tried. Not a target species, but we do have a special friend coming to visit. Little leopard frog. I think it's a Rio Grande, it's hard to tell. Yeah, I think it's a Rio Grande. My camera will focus. It's like it doesn't want to. Yeah, this is really annoying. Alright, so trick between telling the difference between this southern leopard frog and the Rio Grande leopard frog, whose range overlaps in South Texas. They look extremely similar. Main difference is you see this white line that starts right behind the eye and runs down the back to the bottom of the frog. On the Rio Grandes, kind of trying to focus on it at least. There's a little bit of a break in that line, whereas that does not occur on the southern leopard frogs. So I know a lot of people have a lot of trouble keeping those two species straight, but a little hack for you. Alright, let's keep waiting. Still no sign of caddisflies, but only been out for a couple minutes still. Alright, I just checked again, and we still don't have any caddisflies. This could be an issue that this car's passing by. Could be an issue with the stream being too close to the bay. Maybe there's a little bit too much tidal inflow. I don't know. Could be an issue where any larvae that were about to hatch out were swept away in a huge flood we recently had. We actually had almost double our annual rainfall in the last month or so. So yeah, it could be salinity, could be flooding, could be the stream is just so impacted that it's not suitable for caddisflies. Caddisflies are generally pretty sensitive to habitat disturbance and degradation. And even though, like I was saying, this is probably the best we're going to see around town, it's certainly not anywhere near a reference site. So we'll just hang out a little bit longer. Been running for half an hour now, so just give it a little more time, I guess. All right, let's take a tour of what we got. Got a ton. Crane flies, those guys with long legs. I think they're crane flies, it's hard to tell. Maybe mosquitoes. Lots of chironomids and non-biting midges. Those are those little guys that are in there in a ridiculous amount. Called rove beetle larva or something. Some sort of beetle larva. Some adult beetles. Looks like to be some hydrophilids. Come on, Bessie, focus. Oh, that guy. About the center of the frame, probably top third. That's one of my favorite groups of back swimmers. It's a genus Buenoa. They're really cool. They swim upside down. Predators. They have really cool counter shading, where right now you can see they're black, but the other side of them is white. So if you're looking at them from below, it'll be like looking up at the sky. And if you're looking at them from above, if they were in water, it would look like you're just looking into the water. Really neat camouflage employed by a lot of different organisms. Like killer whales are a good example. I don't know what that guy is. I'll have to check later. I'm getting absolutely obliterated by mosquitoes. Head to toe. They don't give a shit about my, probably shouldn't swear. They don't give an S about my mosquito net or my bug spray, or 2 shirts. Man. All right, so we've been running for 45 minutes now, which means that it is now 9:15. It's 9:15, Chris. Remember that. It's a little trick for people that can't remember stuff like me. Just you say it out loud. Usually I say it to someone else with the intention of having them remind me, but just saying it out loud really just hardwires it in my brain. Okay, so let's turn this off. Auxiliary lighting on. Oops. Just threw my microphone across the planet. It's okay. All right. Let's see if we got anything interesting in here. Oh, we do. We have 2 caddisflies at least. They look like Leptoceridae. And that's pretty much it for the new things, at least. All right, so let's get our handy dandy funnel ready. So we're just gonna put these back to whence they came, or at least the fluid. Just put it right back in the bottle. All right. Well, looks like I got pretty much everything. Can figure it out for sure when I get home. I am now covered in that bug trap stuff. So it's a good thing I'm not a bug. Be stuck here for the rest of my life. Be some kind of karma, wouldn't it? All right, so here we are for day 2 of collecting caddisflies. This is technically the same stream as the one from yesterday, but this one's more in town, so it's a lot less agricultural surrounding landscape and more urban, suburban. So where we is quasi-natural at our last spot, but here it's super channelized. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but this is a super deep trench. It's probably, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 feet lower than all the rest of the surrounding land. It's basically just a glorified drainage ditch the city's built. I'm actually standing in a culvert to drain stormwater from rain events. But so there's a lot of differences, even just with the amount of water flowing through here. The water yesterday was pretty stagnant. There wasn't a lot of flow. Here I can visibly see the water moving. So the potential for significantly different communities living in the water, and subsequently different caddisflies that'll be trying to lay eggs here. So we'll see what we get. Hopefully we get some more stuff than yesterday. Yesterday didn't get a ton, but we'll see. Lots of swallows around, which is cool. Lots of mosquitoes, which is not as cool. Lots of dragonflies again. But yeah, let's get this joint rolling. All right, so it's the same setup as yesterday, setting up the bin parallel to the shore and then the light bar perpendicular. Take the mic off and then I can fill it up with the sticky syrup stuff. Set that light bar up. Still have, I don't know, probably a little over half an hour before it sunsets, but well, that's all I got going on. So with that increased flow I was mentioning earlier, get kind of a different pedigree of trash, whereas your typical styrofoam cups and stuff will get washed downstream pretty quickly. Here you'll get larger pieces of trash that'll get stuck, like these meshes that are probably used to prevent erosion somewhere that got eroded. Yeah, you can still see the effects from that recent high flow event in the stream too. If you look at all these plants, they're all kind of leaning to the left. A lot of them are covered in silt. So they definitely experienced the same wash away event that the other site did. So if that's the reason for the other site being low in abundances of stuff we're trying to catch, then probably see the same thing here. All right, 8:30, sun is set, it's starting to get dark, so we can fire this bad boy up. All right, just for comparability's sake, we'll try to run it for another 45 minutes, just like the one last night. That way it's sort of an apples to apples comparison between today and yesterday. Alright, it's been going about half an hour. Let's see what we've got so far. Not a lot. So we might have just got a Caddisfly beetle right there. Predaceous diving beetle, cool guys. Other than that, just a lot of flies, a moth, a lot less midges, and a lot less mosquitoes than yesterday. You can't really see the water. I'm trying to light. But A lot of activity out there. Usually see that white spot wants to be in focus. Stupid camera. That white spot is a blue crab. Interesting. Work their way up streams.
Alright, 9:15. That's a close-up shot.